what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler. And it is Friday. Technically we do these.
It's
Thursday.
It's Thursday going into Friday. Yeah.
See, okay, I'm used to recording this the day before it goes out, so it would be Friday if we were recording, but we're live, so it's Thursday. But this is Friday's show. You just get to see it first. Hope everyone's had a fantastic day.
Okay, so let's just get right into this. So this will surprise you. It didn't result in someone being shot. A black teenager and an officer were involved in a situation. Let's leave it at that for now. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, okay, so it's funny that if you've seen that there was Twitter had put out a fact check around all the Dutch stuff going on. So we're gonna talk about that and how they're misattributing things like it's so irrelevant. It blows your mind. Maybe we're gonna talk about Governor Desantis, how he is killing it in Florida. He is killing it.
Oh,
I kind of want to be in Florida with how much he's killing it, and how how the left. Oh my God, the fact that this is going on, and you know what? So another super woke progressive, trying to appease the left mob. Well, they tried to appease them so much they've actually lost their own business. So get woke, go broke, get wrecked, nerds, dumbass. And we do have some statements from the people, from the workers that are revolting. Revolting? Well, they are revolting, but you know what I mean. Like they're revolting, and they're also revolting against their captors because they're such evil people.
Okay, so just tons of revolting things happening. Got it.
Well, is it ever? But okay, but before we get into that and anything and everything else, of course, we are here Monday to Friday. We do have some things coming up. We do have some things changing here. Trying to do get the live thing going. Oh, God, shut up. Why am I hearing myself? Shut up.
Yes. So for anybody watching and anybody catching this on Friday after it's been aired, apologies for the first few episodes here while we're trying to sort out the kinks in this whole streaming thing. It's a little new to me. Kinks.
Stop saying racist.
Kink with a capital K, like kilo,
Whoa, okay. Whoa.
Okay.
I wasn't bringing race into this, but all right, of course, we are here Monday to Friday. We are here for you. We're here to have fun, learn some stuff. Hit the like button on Rumble, since we're streaming on Rumble. Hit that Rumble button. Hit that share button. I can see it right there. It's blue. And hit that green button. Hit the subscribe button. All right, let's just get into this story. So, a Pascagoula teen saves 3 girls and a cop after their vehicle sinks in a river. So this was so heroic Pascagoula teenager jumped into action to save 4 people when a vehicle drove off the I-10 boat launch into Pascagoula River. Authorities said the vehicle had 3 teenage girls. You know why he was going in there. Mm-hmm. If it was a bunch of dudes, he'd be like, fuck it. Never mind, I'm not interested. If it was a bunch of white guys, he's not interested. It's a joke. I'm joking. He was wearing a mask, or they were wearing a mask, so they didn't know his skin color. That's a little call back to another situation. All right, they drove straight into the river, said Corian Evans. Like, only a little bit of the car was still above the water. Evans says he tossed his shirt. Ooh. His shoes. Ooh. Phone. Scandal. And jumped in. One of his friends, Karen, KJ, whatever, jumped in to help.
What's my name?
I was like, I can't let none of those folks die. They need to get out the water. Hold on, let me try that again. I can't do an African or a black accent. So I'm not. So I just started getting them. I wasn't even thinking about nothing else. All right, but so this is a fantastic story. You know, this kid seen people in trouble, and he just 16-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Just saying, hey, you know what? I have to help these people. That's heroic. That's more than the Uvalde cops did.
My
This
God,
kid
right?
deserves a medal.
I know, he saved the girls that were in the vehicle plus the cop.
Plus the cop.
Plus the
cop
cop.
that was going to help them's like, I had too much Krispy Kreme. Although, no, but this truly is it's an amazing story, and I wish more stories like this did get mainstream news. But all it is look, black guy gets shot by cop bad. You know, it's just and so misleading in the story. But
I know
I love hearing this stuff.
Yeah, this was a fantastic story. It literally got me right in the feelers earlier today.
Yeah, and so I know people are trying to start like a GoFundMe to say, hey, because I guess he's kind of struggling with trying to get tuition. So I already did that, you ding dong. Yeah, yeah. God damn it. Um, this is what happens when you give women control of anything. It's what
They can't see what I'm doing. Only you can see what I'm doing.
I can see. This is why you do not give women rights. You should have taken them away. You should have said, you know what, we should have went back to 1929 in Canada where women were not recognized as people.
Would you like to do this? I would be totally fine with not doing it.
All right, but so we were able to get some exclusive footage with after like I said, we got our ways of finding getting the scoop, the extra scoop on this type of stuff. So check this little humdinger out. This was shortly after the interview. Make sure you turn it down because it's really loud. It's very So
nice. That's
shortly
nice.
after that incident, all the police surrounded the shark and gave him a Medal of Honor.
That's amazing.
That was beautiful.
It was
Absolutely beautiful. All right, with that,
I didn't know where you were putting that. That was fantastic.
Rest in peace, Corey and Evans. You will be missed. Let's move into okay. So I had briefly brought up about how I ended up getting a notification about all the stuff with the Dutch protest going on, and then so they're saying, oh, this is in the show map. So they're sitting there and they're saying, hey, look at all this wrong information that's being pushed out. It's just wrong. Everything's wrong here. And so they're saying like, look, media is showing tractors filling a roadway is from 2019 Dutch farmer protests and does not reflect ongoing protests. Oh, so in 2019 when they were still protesting vaccine mandates, that type of thing, their farms being shut down. Hey, that was 3 years ago. And they're still doing it now. A video of objects being thrown at plainclothes officers is from a different protest in 2020. Oh, so this is 2020. Don't attribute it to 2022. A picture of a World War II tank is linked to the transportation of the vehicle for an exhibition. Bullshit. Oh, no, I refuse. Do not take that from me. That is amazing. Don't dare. So you know what? The fact checkers are coming in force to, hey, you know what? You gotta taper down the misinformation. You're pedaling a little too fast here. Pump the brakes a little bit, Well, what what do we have from the blaze? Dutch police open fire on farmers protesting job-destroying climate rules. You know what? Why don't we just play the video? Because there's literally police
Right.
are firing on tractors. This is for people that are protesting that they just want to do their job. They're trying to feed you people. All right, so just play this quickly. Just make sure you turn it up because you can hear gunshots going off. Unreal.
Kijk, dit is wat voorspelen. Nee joh, hey, wapens jongen, wapens! Hey, wallah, rij weg jongen, rij weg! Wapens is daar! Pik, je het op film? Ja! Je het op film dat ze schieten!
Like, that is honestly just insane. Like, insane. Like, they're just sitting there. It's not like the guy's sitting there shooting at the cops or whatever. And that's what they do is they open fire. When I seen this, okay, when I saw this earlier, that's all I could think of is this is what Canada's going to become. Like, are they, like Trudeau must have been like, shit, this is what we should have done to the truckers. Should just opened up fire on them.
No, remember they had snipers on the roofs ready to shoot people.
Oh my God. Like, it's so gross.
You're seeing a lot of this World Economic Forum stuff being pushed. You know, they're saying the 2030 agenda must go ahead. Well, they're all pushing for this stuff by 2030. These are people, they're trying to pull nitrogen out of trying to stop nitrogen from being pumped into the air. You would think, like, if you want to solve like this whole CO2 problem, now it's not CO2, now it's nitrogen. Nitrogen's causing. What do the Dutch produce? What do they make?
Didn't we talk about this yesterday? One of our viewers were saying, like,
no,
yeah,
no, I like, they're the big contributors. The Dutch. No, not China, not India. No. On the world stage, Canada makes up 1.5% of pollution. But we're gonna our CO2 emissions, but we're gonna hamstring our own economies. It at some point this feels on purpose. Like, farmers aren't allowed to grow food. Well, there's already talks that there's a looming food crisis coming. I just seen articles. A recession might be on the way, but It's not going to be bad. Like, if this isn't a recession now, what are we dealing with?
I don't know. I'm scared.
Like if this isn't a recession, the market's going like, bam. And for anyone that's audio listening, that's going down. Like,
oops.
Yeah, it's big 9/11 all over again.
Yeah, I said a big plane crashing. Sorry. Yeah.
So I don't understand what exactly they're trying to push, or should I understand what they're trying to push, but at some point this is no longer unintentional. Like, farms are being paid money to not grow food. Food processing plants are going up in flames. Now it's not the big conspiracy, but there is a noticeable uptick in them. But if a food shortage is coming, wouldn't you say, "Hey, farmers, go do what you do"? It's like they're trying to conglomerate. I don't know if that's actually a word. I've said it so many times. I don't think it's a word anymore.
Well, you know what? Just in case.
But it's okay. So I'll use a different big word. So it's like they're trying to coalesce power. They're trying to instill central planning. Like Russia did, like China does. It's when the government says, "Hey, the farmers know how to grow food. Give the farmers, the co-ops should own it. They should own it, and they should produce food for the community." And then what happens? Well, what happened in Russia? What caused Russia to collapse? Yeah, it was the Afghan war. But there was no food. people revolted because there was no food. So yeah, no, it's quite quite the position that they're trying to put us all in. At some point, Alex Jones can't be right all the fucking time, but somehow he is.
I know. Like, to me, it's just, it's mind boggling. Like, I gotta say, there's so many times where I have, like, quite literally heard people who were quote unquote conspiracy theorists. And I'm like, fuck, these bitches be cray. Like, 100%. But then you start seeing things that they were talking about that you were like, telling them they're freaking crazy coming true. And you're like, well, shit. Now who sounds like the crazy person? Yeah, this girl. The one that was like, no, that ain't going to happen. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, at some point, this is no longer an accident. It seems intentional. Like, maybe it is just a standalone complex. Like, maybe. And for those that don't know, it's the idea of just, like, a bunch of random things happening, and they just seem to coalesce into one thing. But at some point, like, well, we need to get off fossil fuels. Okay, well, how do you think tractors operate? Like, farms are seen as dangerous because they have a lot of their own supplies. Like, they have their own ammonia, they have nitrates, they have nitrogen, they have fuel.
I don't
So
know.
they can't just bring the tractor to the Tesla charging dock and go, oh yes, there we go. Kick.
I don't know. My tractor is totally operated on bitch dust. I don't know. I don't know about you. Get on my level.
Mine's operated on Cheeto dust.
Hot.
No, but doesn't this seem intentional? Like aside from like the Dutch thing, like it's very clearly intentional. The government's saying, "Give us your property, or else." Like, or else what? Oh, well, we'll put you in prison. Well, how are you going to do that with men with guns?
They're not even just
threaten to kill you.
Yeah, I was going to say they're not even just going to put them in jail. They're literally opening fire on them. Like, I mean,
yeah, it's a little.
You go home, you die, or you go to jail. Pick one.
Yeah, you go home with a check that we forced you to pay us to pay you. Like, it's not like the Dutch have just like, it's not like the government produced anything. They took your money. Now they're saying, here, we'll give you your money back. Oh, don't invest it in maybe new technologies. You know, like you would think that, hey, if you have such a surplus in money, well, why are you taxing me so much? If you have 17 billion euros, like you're seeing gas prices in Europe. You're seeing Joe Biden just shipped off 5 million barrels of oil to not, even though there's skyrocketing fuel prices. There is a oil concern or oil supply concern. And now they're just going, oh, well, we're going to take 5 million barrels and we're sending it to China. So they don't even care about their own citizens anymore. That's what I find is astounding to me. Absolutely
100%. 100%. It's not even just, like we said before, it's not even just the United States that's doing dumb shit like this. It's also Canada. We literally have people on reserves, people up north who don't have clean drinking water, who literally are living in squalor. But no, let's not help our people. Let's help somebody else's people. And again, this is no disrespect or anything bad to any of the people who have come over here. Okay. Again, I'm more than happy to have them here. I'm glad that we were able to help them out and get them out of their war-torn country. Like 100%. It has nothing to do with that.
At the tune of $2 billion.
It's
fuck our citizens, give it to them.
That's just where speaking of, I know this is totally not on the show map, but speaking of like people from Ukraine and stuff like that coming here, I was told earlier today that apparently there have been a few people who have been attacked already, which is heartbreaking at the Forks. There was a young kid who was actually like killed, and he just got here like a couple weeks ago. I think he was like 16 or 20. I don't know. He was either in early 20. I don't know. Someone just came up to him and stabbed him in the neck.
Well, that very well could just been happenstance. I don't know.
It's just sad.
See, but people are pissed off. And unfortunately, this is the response the government wants. They just want to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Well, you know what? Hey, you need food, you need supplies. Oh, well, we're sending that to someone else. They need it more than you. Oh, you know, and to be fair, like the trucker protest, if I were there, I would have been thrown in cuffs, 100%.
Me too.
I would have told those cops what I think of them and where they can go and shove it. That's who I am. I do not stand up for someone saying do this, do that. I authority, man.
You're like an anarchist.
Man.
See, there was even like there was a video I had seen on Rebel News too, where there was this lady like during the Canada Day thing. She was literally selling flags. Then she was Canadian flags. She was selling Canadian flags, and she was asked to leave. And she had given a flag to a young child who was walking by because they had wanted a flag. She wasn't allowed to sell them, so she gave them a flag. And then the cops come up to her and are literally like harassing her and telling her to get. She's like, for what? Like, you literally see people around who were having gay pride flags. They were having Ukrainian flags. They were whatever. That was okay. But she was selling Canadian flags. And they used the excuse, well, you're blocking the roadway. Well, so is thousands of other people who are standing here with me. Like, it's not just me blocking everything. It was so sad.
You know, it's funny that you say that. So let's skip ahead to. So I have a couple videos here. It was actually from Rebel News. So if you want, go to Ottawa bylaw officer. So just go to that video. We don't have to play the whole thing. Just play. Listen to this. Hey, again, this is coming from an atheist. I hate religion, but you know what? I love my country and I love my charter more than I hate religion. But just play this. This is an absolute joke.
Okay, so you mean I cannot have chairs or what else I can't have?
Can't have anything.
Anything. I can stand over.
You can stand with a sign. 100%. You have the right to do that.
Okay, and I can sort of talk to people.
For sure.
And speak loudly.
Yep. Am I allowed to talk to people?
You have the right to demonstrate. We're not here saying you can't. All we're asking, you cannot occupy the sidewalk.
Cannot occupy the sidewalk.
Right.
David Menzies for Rebel News.
All right.
Really?
Okay, so this guy is just giving out Bibles. That's what he's doing.
Oh, that's what he was doing. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, and they were saying, no, you're blocking the road, and if you don't, we're gonna lock you up. And he's just like, this is an Ottawa bylaw officer. And to be fair, I've been watching a couple of these Rebel News clips. That bylaw officer seems to be everywhere. Like, I'm fairly certain after this, he went and busted up a local street hockey game. And then I think he gave a little girl a citation for selling lemonade.
Oh my God. Probably. He looks like that Pitbull type guy. He looks like that Pitbull type guy walking down the street. Who can I get shit next?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Where he puts the vest on, he says, I'm better than you because of this.
Yeah.
Oh.
You could see it the way he was walking away. Yeah. Like he had that total walk to him. But it's like, but the funny thing is, you're blocking the road. Okay. Okay, there's a celebration going on here, Canada Day celebration. Do you see any vehicles driving around? No. You see a bunch of people.
You're blocking the sidewalk?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Even though, like, so the crazy thing is, so he had boxes of Bibles. And so he had to pack everything up. So when he goes and packs everything up, they said, you have 5 minutes, otherwise we're going to give you a $900 ticket.
Yeah, they said the same thing to the Canada flight girl.
Yeah, like really? Like you're going to give a ticket like okay. In normal circumstances, I would be saying, you know what? Yeah, I don't really care for someone handing out Bibles. But a Canadian flag at Parliament, the seat of our federal government, and you're going, yeah, no, you're not allowed to have Canadian flags here. What do we need to have? Swastikas? Is that what we need to have here?
Oh, nay.
Hail Trudeau, hey, the Fourth Reich. Is that what we need here?
But see, for me, like it doesn't bother me whatsoever. If I was walking down the street, okay, and I had one guy that approached me and was like, hey, would you like a Bible? Or tried like, do you have a second to talk about God? I'd be like, no, thank you. And then, as long as they're not pushy, I'm just going to, no, thank you, and keep walking. Then a block later, I have some Chinese guy that's like, hey, would you like a book on Buddhism? I probably would take that one, but no, thank you. Like, I don't care. Like, to me, like, people have the right to do what they want. And if that is their faith and they want to express it with people and see if they can have other people, I don't mind. As long as they're not like harassing you and like in your face and you say no, thank you. And they're like, you're going to hell. That I don't agree with. But if it's just a simple, hey, no, I'm good. Thank you. What's the harm?
Like, listen here, you little pit bull, roided up beard. Probably your wife's getting railed by an actual man, not whatever you are. Is this where you get your power? Like, is this all you're good for, man? Like, oh, he has total like Napoleon complex. Like he's gonna bully around someone for being on a sidewalk, which is a public space, giving out Bibles, which he can, and then saying, no, not in my Führer's Canada. No, there's no. This is literally what they did. This is what they did in 1930s Germany. I hate to bring it back, but you know what? That's the clearest thing we got. Okay, let's go with China. They removed almost all religion from China. Like, again, I want to go back to the days of saying, hey, let's have an intellectual debate on religion and the validity of it, whether it's true or not. But that's a very different position than saying you're not allowed to unless it's. I bet if there was a Black Lives Matter pamphlet, let it go.
100%. I would put money on that shit. If it was anything, even if it was like literally pamphlets about 5-year-olds transitioning, they would let it go. Just let it go. Just let it happen. Right? 100%. 100%.
Okay. So let's, you know what? Yeah, I guess let's move into because this does kind of tie into this a little bit. So in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis, they passed a law, which we have actually been very vocal that this is ludicrous that the Canadian government felt this was necessary. So he had tweeted out, under our new law, never again will Florida families be denied the right to visit a loved one in the hospital. You know what? Let's do one better. Let's hear it right from the governor's own mouth.
The bill that we're going to sign today is called the No Patient Left Alone Act, and it increases patient protections and ensures Florida families have a fundamental right to visit their loved ones receiving care in Florida hospitals, hospices, and long-term care facilities. The bill bans facilities from requiring visitors to show proof of COVID vaccination. Also, policies cannot prohibit physical contact such as hugging between their loved ones. They would actually police this, where you go in and you said, okay, you may be able to go, but you can't give your wife a hug, or you can't give your kid a hug. I mean, give me a break. And so we need to be able to protect that. This ensures families can be there and patients can have their support system around them when it matters most. The bill that we're going to sign today.
Okay, that made me smile. I like him. High five, Rob DeSantis.
Like, that is amazing. That was one thing that we were actually, like, I was very vocal about. That it was like families that were mourning a loss that couldn't go and celebrate a family member dying in a hospital, at a funeral, unless it was politically convenient to do it. A family, and I'm not trying to be glib, I'm not trying to make light of it, but a family was mowed down in a vehicle by a psychotic person.
It was horrible.
Killing a grandmother, father, mother, and a daughter. And it left a little boy an orphan. During the peak of COVID, well, the community was allowed to come out and mourn this, and government officials came out and mourned with them.
Yeah.
But we had articles that we had pulled up that were going, oh, there was someone had died and they're not allowed to talk, or they're not allowed to attend a funeral because it's the height of COVID. Well, that it was devastating to see. I can only see my mom through a glass window at the old age care home.
Yeah.
I could only in a hospital. I wasn't allowed to go see my parents if they were dying. Like, and I said then, at some point we lost our humanity. That is the worst thing that you could possibly lose. Right? You know what? Yeah, we can bitch and moan about them. But when our country loses its humanity, giving people that have sacrificed for their families, fathers that have worked long hours, mothers that have given up jobs, given up opportunities to say, you know what, the most important job I have here is ensuring that the future is safe, that my future will live on. And they said, no, you're not allowed to say your final goodbyes. I said this then. If my mother was in the hospital and they said, you can't go see your mother, that would be the last thing they'd hear. I would be barging in that room at least saying goodbye to my mother.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to stop me.
You're having hospital staff that are reading them their last rites before they pass on.
Yeah, from a distance, from out in the hallway.
Yeah, dying alone, dying scared, dying confused. You're not allowed because of COVID. We lost our humanity.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I'll say at least Ron has they shut down for 2 weeks, and then after that they said, you know what, this is ridiculous with the information that has come out. He is trying to actually instill humanity. That no, what you guys decided to do was so heinous, where parents are dying alone, loved ones are dying alone.
Yeah, not allowing it to happen again. 100%. And like, oh my God, I totally lost my train of thought there.
Well, how are the Democrats going to twist this? Oh, Ron DeSantis wants old people to die.
Yeah.
We encourage isolation and destroying families, making them grieve all alone.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So, like, we personally know people who have they had loved ones who passed away over a year ago, and they're just now being able to have a funeral for them. Like, how sad is that?
Yeah. Oh, it's not even just a funeral. It's my loved ones that I'm trying to say goodbye to, and hospital staff is saying, no, you can go in, but you have to be behind this glass, or you can't hug them. Like, they're already dying. They're going to be dead. What the fuck does it matter? Really, what does it matter?
Well, because then you could get sick and you can pass it on to somebody else and you could die and kill somebody else. Like, there was always just so much bullshit that came along with it. And like the fact, it literally broke my heart thinking of all those people that were literally like, they're all by themselves. And like, I think about one situation had nothing to do with COVID, but my mother had fallen and broke her ankle, and she was literally stuck outside in -40 weather, waiting for an ambulance to come. And she was like sitting there outside all by herself for like 30 minutes or 40 minutes or something like that. And just the thought of her lying there in pain, scared, like all by herself broke my heart. Now imagine like somebody being in a hospital for days, weeks, all by themselves. I can't even.
Yeah.
No.
Like yeah. We and that was first thing that I had said once they said that, yeah, you can't go to funerals, you can't go see your loved ones, you can't go say goodbye. We have lost more than anything. We have lost our humanity.
Oh, 100%.
We have lost actual. You know what? We don't have to play this video, but you're seeing a lot from the left is saying, well, we need to respect people. We need to respect. You don't have to play the video. We're seeing a lot of respect. You have to treat others with respect. Can we at least address the issue of your loved ones just being cast aside, being thrown in a ditch and said, hey, you know what? Sorry, duty calls. Have to support my government. Have to support my Führer.
No.
I can't go against his word.
That's only everybody else, because I can guarantee you, if Monsieur Castro, his mother or father, if they are still alive, were in the hospital dying from COVID, homeboy would be there. He would 100% be there. There's nothing that would be able to stop him. I can guarantee it. Did you die? You completely froze. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so did you.
Okay. But, like, it's so sad. Like, the fact that it's the same thing that we discussed the other day. Rules for thee, not for me. I'm going to tell you what to do, but if it's my family member, I'm going. Like, you can't stop me, but you better not go. Like, I'm sorry. If my husband was in the hospital and he was dying, well, my parents too, but you could not keep me away. There is no way that you would be able to keep me away. Like, I would, no. No,
not on your life.
No,
not on your life. Like, I would end up getting charged with assault. Yeah,
me too. Yeah,
100% I would. Yeah, but let's. Yeah, it's crazy that a law has to be passed to have compassion. Not necessarily compassion. I don't.
Kind of.
Maybe,
yeah.
Yeah. To say, hey, yeah, like, this is your loved one. Is just we've lost something, and to the liberals that have said, oh, this is a great idea. You're an absolute embarrassment, because again, I agree with Justin Trudeau in a lot of what he says. That of us being together, that we are Canadians first, we look out for one another, all this stuff.
If only he actually acted on what he said. Yeah.
Yeah. Or even his diehard supporters that are sitting there going, yeah, I respect people's right to choose, but you need to respect other people. What? They had a choice for a vaccine. Get it or don't. That's not a choice, you dumb fuck. That's not a... Yeah, okay, eat or don't eat. But if you eat, you have to eat it through this bag of shit. That's the only way that you're eating it. Oh, I gave you the choice. You could have eaten it. You could have picked the corn off of it,
Extra protein.
But you chose not to. How ungrateful. Your government forced you to take this. How dare you disrespect them and therefore disrespect me?
But the poop that I'm eating is gonna make me sicker.
I don't care. But you have a choice. You have a choice.
Is that really a choice?
These are your choices.
Starve to death or eat shit and get really, really violently ill and then die. Uh-huh.
Yep. That sounds like COVID. It sounds like COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you take it, yeah, you might become violently ill and die. That's what we've seen. That's what we've seen happen. And now our government, in its infinite wisdom, is saying, every 9 months you have to comply. I have to. I have to. But what about my body, my choice? It's only if you want to murder children. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's the only time it matters. Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that, as I said yesterday, was, if the liberals didn't have a double standard, they'd have no standards at all. I know I butchered it yesterday, but you know what? I'm bringing it back, baby.
we got it right today. So thank you again, occupant, if you're watching.
But so you've seen 9 months. Well, you have a choice. Well, like, all right. Let's look at it this way.
Through some glasses, shall we?
Yeah, I need to put my eyes back on. You had people saying they had a choice. The people that didn't get vaccinated had a choice, and they chose not to. So there's consequences for your choice. Okay, you know what? I agree with that. There are consequences for your choice. But then to say, yes, we need to respect other people, but they also have to get this procedure done. Otherwise, they're not respecting me. Do you hear the difference? Like, a true libertarian is, you do what you want with your body, I'll do what I want with mine. Only time these come into conflict is now when you start aggressing on me. That is a true libertarian position. You are welcome to do what you want as long as you don't infringe on me.
Well, see, and that seems to be like a whole thing, though, right? Because, okay, you not taking the COVID vaccine, well, that's going to affect me.
You're selfish.
Your
selfish.
Your decisions are going to affect me. Okay, well, you deciding to have an abortion because you don't want a kid, well, it's your body, whatever. I don't really give a shit. I'm married. I didn't want that kid anyway, right? It's just going to ruin my marriage, so all good. But that is exactly my point. Is it's a selfish motivation there.
It truly, this is the definition of selfish, is forcing other people to do things for you. That is the most basic thing of self. It is for you. Well, if the vaccine works as they touted it, they said it's 100% effective and 100% safe. We know people that have had adverse reactions. People are losing their job. People are losing their livelihoods. People are having irreparable harm. 100% safe and effective. And you know what? If you didn't get any side effects the first 3 shots, well, we'll make sure the 4th, 5th, or 6th really fuck you up.
Well, see, that's what doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, if you're one of those people, like, okay, when they start implementing these things where, okay, you have to have the first shot, you have to have the second shot, your boosters, and on goes the world, because it's going to keep going on forever. But anyway, so what if somebody did have an adverse effect, like a friend of ours, right? Okay, so what? Okay, yeah. Well, you can't sue them, but so do you get a pass? Like, okay, well, I had adverse effects, and now I have like MS due to these shots, so I'm not getting any more because I don't need this getting worse. Are they going to be like, oh, you know what? Sucks to be you. You're going to lose your job then. You don't want to get more. You're out. Okay, but I'm really ill now. Like I have irreparable damage.
Justin Trudeau straight up said, I am not having I'm not entertaining the discussion of whether this is constitutional. He's not interested in it. And people just go, yeah, you know what? Yeah, our Charter of Rights, who cares about it? Oh, for the greater good, Literally, that is what he said. Go and look it up. Find it for yourself. He literally said, I am not interested in having a discussion about the constitutionality of this.
I wonder if, I'm going to assume that all the people who had adverse effects were not just a bunch of people that didn't want to get it anyway, right? They were people who were like, yes, let's do this. I'm going to do it for my fellow man and for myself, and I'm going to go do this. I wonder if when they get to that point where they have an adverse effect, whether they have stroke face or they have MS or they can't use their hands anymore, and they were so willing to just be that front person in line to get this stuff done. When the next booster comes out, I wonder if at that point they're going, no,
a lot of people
or if they're like, yeah, well, I gotta do it, and they just jump back in that line again.
I think, and like, my mom is having complications, and she's going, I don't, like, could this be from it? Because there are a lot of people that are having adverse reactions.
I was wondering that myself.
I want to say this before I forget. This is like, it's, so if you, let's say, you sign a contract, you sign a contract with Rogers or whatever. Okay, these are the expectations lined out. Okay. But then they go, oh, you know what? We need you to pay another $100 a month in order to maintain your service. You go, well, that's not in my contract. They said, well, we changed our contract. We changed it. And you go, well, I didn't agree to this. They said, well, if you want your cell phone service, you need to pay us an extra $100. And then they changed the contract again. Oh, sorry, it was actually another $500. You want to have your phone, don't you? So, like, that's what's happening. So they said, hey, you know what? Get one shot or get the two, and you know what? Everything goes back to normal. Oh, you get your two. You know what? That's not enough. Now it's 3. Oh, that's not enough. Now we need 4. Now we need to force you into compliance for 5, 6, 7, as he said, every 9 months. And the passport office is overwhelmed because I honestly think a lot of people want out.
Well, see, and that's what's so crazy too. Like we're actively right now trying to get a passport for one of our kids, and it literally, like he was saying in a podcast previously, for anybody who hasn't seen it, that literally there are people who are paying people to sit in line and wait. There are people who are lining up at midnight. It opens at 8:30 in the morning. They're lining up at midnight, paying people to wait in line for them so they can get their passports. Like, that is insane. Yeah. And please try to get a hold of somebody from the passport office to even find out, to make sure you're going to be sending in the right documents if you want to mail everything off, because apparently it's like a 3-month wait list even to get it back to you. But, oh yeah, good luck with that, because I've been calling for weeks now and I haven't been able to get a hold of anybody. It's ridiculous.
All right, I think we've talked about that.
Yeah.
Enough. Let's
get on to these crazy cafe people.
Oh my god. All right. So this is actually from Libs of TikTok, and the title is, so queer-owned leftist cafe in Philadelphia gets shut down by woke employees for not being left-wing enough.
Who'd have thought that was the thing?
I'll just read a bit of the article here. Oh, I've said that they eat themselves.
Yeah.
Barack Obama said it himself. It's a circular firing squad. So.
Yep.
So two queer activists who started Mia's in an effort to create, listen to this, an inclusive coffee shop. However, their employees have claimed Egghart and Perrick. I'm just sorry. I just don't know. Are anti-black and gentrifiers. This is now, gentrifying a neighborhood. Yeah, that's now a pejorative. Ironically, prior to the allegations from employees, Perrick spoke to Bon Appetit, super woke left-wing food publication. They actually used to be really good, but they jumped on that woke train during Black Lives Matter. All of them. Oh, we're gonna put black boxes over top of our Twitter. Oh, that's God. What we need to do. And then you had Black Lives Matter and other activists come out and say, "Hey, you're actually flooding Twitter. Stop talking. You're not allowed to speak. The blacks are talking. Shut up."
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
All right, so So ironically, prior to the allegations from employees, Herrick spoke to Bon Appetit about opening of Mia's World and said when she worked at a different coffee shop, white ownership neglected to protect their black and trans employees. I knew there needed to be a space where you could have an amazingly made cup of coffee that's not whitewashed. Okay? This is coming from the owners. This is the owners are saying this.
I just want to interject really quickly with the whole have a cup of coffee without being whitewashed. I'm just going to say, just because you walk into any business and either see a bunch of white employees or a bunch of black employees or East Indian or Vida, but so on and so on, does not mean that because they're a bunch of racist people. Maybe those were the best people that came to the thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like...
No, you don't have representation. That's the thing. They're not interested in meritocracy. It needs to be a diverse identitarianism. That's what they're going for. All right. So let's just listen. Eggheart and Park responded to their employees' demands in a hostage-style video in which they repeatedly apologized for being gentrifiers. Eggheart spoke next to Park, saying, "We're going to live as part of a radical accountability process. We're complicit." Listen to these. They're apologizing for saying, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, we're not woke enough. We didn't do enough." Even though one's out of East Indian, the other one I think is a woman? Question mark. But we're complicit in the gentrification and anti-blackness on 52nd Street. We put our community at risk with our presence as well as our workers. Good. Get woke. Go broke. Not even get woke. Come woke. Go broke. Like,
so ridiculous.
The employees literally saying, "Hey, we're staging. It's a communist takeover." If you scroll down a little bit, so they had their woke agenda. See, like look on the article. It's a fat East Indian chick and some, I don't know, maybe a white guy.
Yeah, here I'll show you guys kind of the picture here.
All right, so while you're showing that, so
there, so that
the workers,
beautiful.
Yeah. You know what? Good. Lose your business. Good. I don't have any sympathy. I don't. I don't know
so dumb.
If I'm callous or just an angry, bitter dick. But good. You played the game. Now you know what? You're never enough. You didn't do enough. So sorry, you know what? You get to go to the annals of history. Not even. You'll be forgotten. You'll be a laughing stock. That's what you'll be.
Yeah.
So close up your business. Good. Throw your money away.
Well, yeah.
I love
through the whole video too, like they're talking about how they're going to be starting up a GoFundMe because they want to raise the money to get the business back and then give it to their employees. I'm like, bullshit, you do. Like, I'm watching this and I'm like, you're full of shit. There's no way that you're going to get a whole bunch of money from GoFundMe and then buy the business back or whatever, and then give it to your employees. You're full of shit. You're going to take the money and run 100%.
Oh, even if they do give it to them, good. Lose your business, lose anything, because you know what? You weren't woke enough. Even though you said, yeah, you know what? Anti-blackness and there's not enough trans representation. Okay, well, clearly you didn't do it good enough. Good. So they, in a statement here, so workers at Mia's World have long been in a labor rights struggle with owners Kate and Sonam for well over a year. We are facing systemic employer opposition. In other words, what these dumb fucks are saying, and I say dumb fucks as a very, very nice term, what I actually want to say. Manipulation, abuse of power, exploitation, anti-blackness, ableism. You know, and hey, dumb, if you don't have arms, you can't make a cup of coffee, bigot.
It's a true story, though.
And complete disregard for our livelihoods. Okay? You know what? As a business owner, if you come in and say, "Hey, boss, you know what? You're demanding too much. Why do I need to be here 9 a.m., 10 a.m.? at whatever time you set, because that's when work starts. That's when we start producing things. If you don't want to produce stuff, get in the unemployment line, please, because that's about all you're useful for.
100%.
So, and again, anyone that thinks that, hey, you know what? Yeah, it should be a workers' co-op. Good, then go do that. Go do that. Go build your business around a workers' co-op. What the fuck do I care? Oh, all right.
Run along, little doggy.
Anti-blackness in a multitude of forms and in the form of inaccessibility, etc., 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 etc. What? Exploitation of labor and denial of promised wage increases. Maybe you're shit employee. Did you ever think of that? Maybe put the effort up, but I thought it was about a co-op. Huh? I thought it was about we're all in this together. We all should be making. Clearly, you're not pulling your weight.
This isn't communism.
Abuse of power. Oh, no, that's what they want. They want a workers' co-op. Abuse of power. There's a power structure in almost every situation. Manipulation. What, saying if you don't come to work, you'll be fired? Oh, I know. Lack of financial transparency. Not your concern. Not your job. You have no business in knowing what a business's financial position is. No business whatsoever.
Oh, 100%.
Tokenization as a way to appear safe by association. So it's not enough. It's not enough. Even though they said, yeah, we support anti-blackness and all this type of crap. So this is the list of demands. Public acknowledgement and accountability for grievances and harms caused. No, you can quit. You can fuck off. There's your options. No, and fuck off.
Pick one.
Immediate payment to staff that have had payment withheld, including back pay. So what they're saying, because they've been on some strike, they're saying, hey, pay us for not coming to work.
No, that was your choice. No. That was your choice to not show up to work. Yeah. And they want money
from my body, my choice. Oh, well, don't work, don't get paid. Oh, how weird how these choice things work, right?
I know, right?
Right here. Owners redistribute the business and begin the process of transforming the business into a cooperative. No, fuck yourself. Build your own fucking business. Do it yourself. Because you didn't fork out all the money. Did you buy the espresso machines? Did you buy the chairs? Did you buy the tables? Did you buy the cutlery? Did you buy the plates? Oh, no? Did you source the product? Are you paying for the lease? Are you paying for the insurance? Are you paying for the employment benefits and insurance? Oh, you're not? Or you're not paying for the taxes? You haven't put a fucking dime into here, but yet you feel that you're entitled to it. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, my God.
Shut up.
Those two people literally just got manipulated and fucked over by their own employees because their own employees made them feel guilty, made them feel like they're not woke enough, that they should be handing over their business to them. You know, they didn't work for the business, but yet these managers or the owners should just be handing it over to them. Here you go. Oh my God. They got fucked by their own ideology.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. You know what? That's the thing. You will never be woke enough. This is why you do not apologize. Unfortunately, and you know what? I tried to have a lot of sympathy for people's grievances, people's actual issues. I truly do. But when you are disingenuous and when we can't have a straight conversation, okay, then there's no reasoning with you. You're wasting my time.
Well, if you actually watch the video, which will be listed in the description box below, if you actually watch the video, these two people sounded so sad and sincere. We're going to do this. We're going to give it over to them, rightfully so. It's supposed to be for them. And it's what the hell? Oh my God.
Well, then good. Good. Because if that was my business, I would have told them, you know what? Then leave.
Bye. Yeah.
Go start your own coffee shop, please. Go do it. Fuck off.
Right.
You've contributed nothing. And you know what? As an owner, in a very asshole way, you are a resource to be used and abused as your communist ideology precludes you to think. You are to be used and abused by the system until you are no longer worth anything. That is how communism works. You are not worth anything only by the labor that you are allowed to give to others. So what the fuck? Give your labor away for free. You remember that woke coffee shop in, what was it, Toronto?
Vaguely.
Where I can't remember the extent of their stupid crap. But they were charging so much money because it was all this woke propaganda around it. And people were going, why are you charging so much? Like, you're charging $5-6 for a donut? And I said, why? Because they were saying that they were like a commune or like a communist thing. I said, well, then why are you charging money for it?
Right.
Like, in a communist society, I shouldn't say there isn't money. There is money, but you're supposed to give to the community. Your labor is for the greater good. So
Yeah.
why do you feel that you can charge more? You know what? Go broke. Get fucked, nerd. Fucking losers.
God, they have like literally like I don't really think that. Let's try that one more time in English, okay? I don't think that they realize what kind of, I'm just going to say fuckery that they have literally ensued here. Like they have literally the things that they are spouting. Oh my God. Like, okay, if you want to build a coffee shop that's literally cooperative or whatever, okay, then how about you and the employees that were there all go together, band your money together and create something, go off,
Equal.
do your freaking thing. Exactly equal. Don't sit there and try and steal somebody else's business because this is what you want. Well, the funny thing is, or not the funny thing is, funny/sad, the fact that these people,
hilarious.
the fact that these people literally are going along with it. Like, how dumb are you? People are so stupid now. What happened?
A fool and his wallet are easily parted.
I think.
Good. Get fucked, idiot. Dumbass.
Do you think that's a side effect of COVID? Like, do you think stupidity was one of the side effects? Retardism? No?
No. Well, that's a side effect of communism.
I don't know, dude.
No.
The world has gotten so messed up in the last 3 years. It's just insane.
You're they're so dumb. I love it. It's so funny because I don't feel bad for them. Call me an asshole. I don't give a fuck. I eat it for dinner. It is so ridiculous. They build a business that were inclusive. Oh, well, they're ableist. Yeah, you maybe need arms in order to use the. This is like coffee shops are they're such pussies.
Question.
What?
Question of the day. If you were to go into a coffee shop and saw somebody making coffee with their feet, would you drink it? Just wondering.
Yeah, why not? I'm not an asshole.
I have a thing with feet.
It's probably laced with cocaine. So
sweet.
All right, with that, let's get the hell out of here.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to come sit with us and listen to some crazy things that we have to say. Hope everyone's had a fantastic week and hope you guys all have a really great weekend. We will catch you again on Monday. And don't forget to check us out in all the places listed in the description box below. Like, share, and subscribe everywhere. Okay. Bye, guys.